Mr. President, the week since our country voted to return President Obama to the White House and a Democratic majority in the Senate, I've spoken often about compromise. And I remain optimistic that when it comes to our economy, when it comes to protecting middle-class families from a whopping tax hike come January 1st, Republicans and Democrats will be able to find common ground. President Dwight Eisenhower, a Republican, once said, and I quote, "People talk about the middle of the road as though it were unacceptable. There have to be compromises. The middle of the road is all the usable space. However, as we continue to negotiate a responsible path forward, I remind everyone within the sound of my voice of one fact. This Congress is already one vote away from avoiding the fiscal cliff for middle-class families and small businesses. We could solve the greatest economic emergency facing the nation today if only the House would consider the Senate-passed bill freezing tax rates for 98% of American families and 97% of small businesses. As Thomas Jefferson said, and this is a quote, "We should not put off tomorrow what we can do today." Our legislation would give economic certainty to the middle class, protect important tax deductions for families and businesses, and restore balance by asking the most fortunate among us to pay a little extra to reduce this debt. It's also the only bill with the chance of being signed into law by President Obama. I was dismayed to hear Speaker Boehner once again urge the Senate to take up the House-passed bill extending more tax breaks for millionaires and billionaires. Mr. President, the Senate has already considered that bill, and we rejected it on a bipartisan basis. So for the Speaker to say, bring it up, we already have. It was voted down in this Congress. The Senate has spoken, and President Obama has spoken. He's promised he will not sign any bill that mortgages our future to pay for handouts to the wealthiest 2% of Americans.